Hey, race fans, welcome back to Drewster Racing. Today we have the Buff Gold Road Race. This is a 6 mile circuit, 50-50 split between pavement and dirt. This is located in Boulder County. Not a huge field today, I think around 20 to 25 riders, a mix of Category 3 and Collegiate B. I think they also sprinkled in a few Masters as well. But yeah, beautiful course. We finally got like a great day of racing. The previous weeks, it's just been so cold, rainy, ugly. Not a fun time to be on the bike, but finally we've got some great weather. I think for this race, it was like in the mid to high 60s. Just a beautiful sunny day, and so thankful to be on the bike with some warm weather. And yeah, we had a great squad. I think I want to say I had maybe five or so teammates in this race, so we definitely had we were one of the bigger teams, and that was great. So we're on this section. Starts off maybe the first quarter miles neutral. We're into the race now, and I'm just tucked in behind one of our taller riders' wheels, Pete here, and I'm trying to save energy because we're coming up on that first section of dirt, and there are two sections of dirt. I think each are about a mile and a half or so in length, and yeah, I was pretty confident I would do well at this race. My legs felt great. We had a race the day before. Didn't go so well for me, but thankfully I didn't really burn out the day before, and I felt pretty fresh. So I was hoping to put in some surges in this race, maybe get a break. But I learned pretty quickly I really suck at driving, at riding on dirt. I thought I'd be okay. I didn't do too great at Cobb, but that was extremely rough. I was on 25 mil tires. I thought with this race I might actually have a chance because the dirt on this race you'll see in a few minutes here, it's not too rough. Pretty smooth, very fast, and I even upgraded my tires. I put on some 28s. The problem was I didn't lower the tire pressure enough. I think I was running like 85, 90, so 85 in the front, 90 in the back, which was just way too much. I probably should have cut out another 10 psi or more. Because once I get on this dirt section, I am all over the place. All right, so we're going to skip ahead a little bit to the first dirt section, again, tucked in, saving some energy, hoping to put in a surge here. And yeah, look to my right here, my teammate Alex, his back wheel kind of slides out. He unclips for a second. He's able to keep it upright. And I'm kind of going through the same thing right now. My back wheel is just all over the road. It feels like I'm riding on marbles. And I'm starting to realize, like, maybe I'm not going to do so great at this race. So I just kind of keep pushing along. I'm maybe, in the middle of the group, maybe the front third, and I'm just not feeling it. Like right now, we're starting to slightly turn, and when I tested this road out with my tires, it felt good. But the problem was, like, I tested it at like 15 miles an hour, it was so stupid. Like, because race pace, we're going to be going 25, 30, and it's a completely different feeling taking these dirt sections, especially these corners at speed. So huge, huge mistake on my part. And yeah, I'm realizing like I'm just not going to be safe in this group. So I start to kind of, allow some gaps in front of me to open up going into these turns. Just I don't know. I definitely didn't want to slide out and ruin everybody's Sunday. And yeah, I'm just taking these way too slow. And with each turn, you're going to notice, especially these 90-degree turns, I just let up, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet with every turn. And it's frustrating because, again, my legs, they felt great. I felt really strong this day. But, I mean, yeah, look how slow I'm taking these turns. And I'm just going to keep letting gaps open. And that's just not going to cut it after 6 laps and essentially 12 dirt sections. But yeah, really fun course. So right now we're about halfway through this first dirt section, and we got a left-hander here, and then there's like a slight climb, nothing too crazy. It's maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds of climbing gets up to 7 or so percent for like a second. And yeah, I really thought this little climb here would be a great section for me. I definitely specialized in like 30 to 1 minute power output, and this was just a perfect section for me. And yeah, right now I'm cruising up at like 700 or so watts, and I'm again feeling great. Kind of regaining contact with the group, feeling good. But the problem is, if you look at the map, you're gonna see a couple more 90-degree turns coming up, and yeah, I again learned instantly I cannot handle those on dirt with this tire pressure. So we're going into the first one here. And if you look to the right of the screen, the lead rider, he's going to slide out. And yeah, I see that. And I'm like, yep, I'm going to be hanging near the back on these dirt sections because I'm either going to get caught behind a crash like that or I'm going to cause a crash like that. And as much as I want a great results at this race, my goal is Gateway Cup, and that's in September. I've got plenty of time, but as I'm ramping or building towards that, I can't sacrifice a month, 2 months off the bike due to injury, or even just like destroying my bike and not having my race bike for a few weeks or a few months. So yeah, kind of after seeing that, I decided I'm definitely going to take a conservative approach. My goal, kind of going forward in this race, is to just hang near the back in the dirt sections. If I get dropped, I get dropped, and hopefully make a move here on these pavement sections. But later in the race. So right now I'm sitting in. We're not going too hard at the moment. We just got through that dirt section. A lot of the guys are pretty tired. So we're going to take it easy and kind of save some energy for the next dirt section to finish off this first lap. All right, so we're approaching the next right turn into the next dirt section. We've got some cones here, a few guys hitting them, so I get to go into that turn nice and slow, which is never fun. So I'm going to have to put in a little bit of a surge to keep contact with the group. And yeah, this section right here was pretty difficult because there is some like up and down, some pretty tight turns, and they were enforcing the centerline rule on this section. They weren't too strict, but a few corners they kind of coned them off, so you really couldn't take an optimal line. And I'll highlight that in a few minutes here when we get into one of the more technical turns leading up to the finish. But yeah, I noticed I think where I really struggled was not just the turns, but also some of these descents. Right now we're kind of going up a slight grade here, and I'm kind of able to grab back onto the group. Again, legs felt great, but we're gonna make this right-hander, and then it's gonna go into a slight descent, and I'm not taking the turn or the descents fast enough. And you're gonna see this group kind of string out, and slowly I'm just gonna continue to get gapped. Yeah, so here's that right-hander. I'm going just way too slow. And I mean, right now the lead rider, he's already on that next turn. And yep, rider here having a mechanical. The roads they weren't as bad as Cobb, but definitely saw a lot of mechanicals today. And then yeah, this was a very difficult section for me. So we've got a left, a right, another right, and then a left-hander going into that uphill to the finish line. And again, center line rule is enforced right now, so you've got to hug the right side of the road, which is extremely difficult going into this next series of turns here. So we've got a right, and then an immediate left, and you're gonna see they set out some cones. So there's really there's just not an optimal line, and you kind of got to take this single file. Otherwise, if you're going too fast, you're going to be sliding off the road. And I don't know if that's what happened to this rider here on the right or if he just had a mechanical issue. But I saw a lot of people crashing out in that corner. And then, yeah, here is the final climb, last 200 meters into the finish here on lap 1. And yeah, I'm feeling good, but I know I kind of just don't have a chance at winning this race just because I'm not going to be taking these turns at speed. And I'm not making excuses saying, oh, if this was my A race, I would win. I definitely wouldn't. I don't have the bike handling skills to win this, even if I lowered the tire pressure. I'm not comfortable taking these turns at speed on dirt or loose gravel. So yeah, we are finishing up. We have finished up the first lap, and then we're going into this next section of pavement, and you can see I've already got a gap on me, and again, my legs feel fine, so I'm pretty confident I can bridge, and that's what I'm gonna do here. So we'll speed this up. I've got my work cut out for me. I let up quite the gap. If you look way ahead, you can see the main group, and I've got a bridge, a few riders in between. And yeah, I'm realizing this is just not going to be sustainable for I think 5 or 6 more laps. Putting in a little bit of a dig, not trying to overdo it, just because I don't want to completely blow up if I do. catch the group, and it looks like just by the way the group is taking up the entire road, like they're not going full gas. So I know if I can hold between like 300-400, I can catch up, and that's what I do. So I'm putting in a little bit of a dig, getting in an arrow position, and I'm able to regain contact here with the group. So back with the group, but you can tell just by the way I'm taking this first turn, still not confident at all, and I'm letting that gap kind of open up again. And yeah, this is kind of where I like definitely realize like yeah, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna have a good day. It's basically like once we hit this bridge, I just kind of told myself like you're no longer racing, you're just on a training ride, and that's what it became. So yeah, that was it. It's a training ride now, and I did finish the race. Got lapped by the P12s later in this race, and yeah, I was passed by Alex House, so that was at least kind of cool. But yeah, finished the race, turned it into like a 40 something or so mile training ride. Felt good to be on the bike. Felt good to like finally have some strong legs. A little frustrated I wasn't able to really compete in the corners here on the dirt, but happy with my decision to not put myself or the other riders at risk in the corners. But yeah, we're gonna keep racing. A few more races coming up this weekend. I'm recording this right now on Friday, May 5th. This weekend, on the 7th, we have the I think Fountain Festival Road Race or Groove Road Race down in Fountain, Colorado. Doesn't look like there's any gravel, so that's going to be good. I don't think there's any climbing either. Maybe some rollers. So should suit me pretty well. So hopefully we can get a good results down in Fountain. Oh, and I also have a pretty good video coming up from the NoCo Criterium. I didn't do very well, but I was able to put a camera on our Cat 1 state champ, Jabez. So we'll try to get him on for some commentary, maybe even compare his cornering with mine and see where I can make some improvements. So it should be an exciting video. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Shout out to Kevin for taking 5th in this race and my other teammate Pat for, I believe, getting 10th or top 10. So great work, guys. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.